Hey guys, back again with another video, and today it's a really exciting one because I'll be showing off my newest Mopar purchase. Without further ado, I picked up a 2008 Chrysler Aspen Limited 4x4 that joins my Dodge Chargers as my third Mopar vehicle and second with a Hemi V8 engine. My first car was a 2009 Dodge Charger SXT with the 3.5 liter V6, and my second was a 2006 Dodge Charger RT Daytona that I have now put a 6.5 liter Hemi motor into. So today I just wanted to show off this truck and some of its features, get some rolling shots of it, and share my excitement with you guys. In the future I'll definitely make a full in-depth review, and also probably do some mods or things like exhaust. Anyways, let's get into it. So I actually bought this Aspen a few months ago to celebrate my channel hitting 100,000 subscribers. I still want to do a special video for that, maybe a channel timeline or overview, so let me know what you guys think. But this Aspen had around 194,000 kilometers when I bought it, so that's 120,500 miles. I've driven it a fair bit since then, so it's now up to almost 216,000 kilometers or 134,000 miles. It's a 2008 limited 4x4 which originally had a base price of around $35,780 before adding all the options, and with them the original price would have been around $43,000 US. Now why did I get an Aspen? Well, I first really noticed these vehicles when I did a history, major flaws, and why it got cancelled video for it a few years ago. And the more I thought about it, the more I wanted one. First off, not many people know about this vehicle since it had a very short production run of just 3 years, from 2007 to 2009. They only made 64,724 of them for the US over that run, and I'm in Canada, which typically has 5% of the American sales numbers or less. If we take the Dodge Charger for example, you'll see those numbers on screen. I don't have the sales figures for Canada, so I'm not sure how many made their way here, but I'd estimate roughly only 5,000. So to me that makes the Aspen kind of unique, and you definitely don't see it too much in Canada, and most non-car people would not even know that it existed. That also means that not many people make videos on YouTube of it, especially those that have a decent following, so it could make for some cool content. Secondly, it has a 5.7 liter Hemi V8, so I definitely wanted that. Third, I needed a bigger vehicle as I always have to transport stuff. I have a lot of junk and things like hockey bags and sports equipment as well, so I love the cargo capabilities. And fourth, I absolutely love the design both inside and out. This is the luxury version of the Durango, so it's built on the same platform and was the first truck-based SUV that was commercialized under the Chrysler brand. Not everyone likes the visual aspects and some will prefer the more muscular Durango, but I already had two Dodge vehicles and wanted a Chrysler instead. And the interior is loaded up for such an old vehicle. Now as for which one I wanted, that really wasn't up to me. At any given time, there were only a maximum of 6 to 7 of these listed on AutoTrader or Kijiji for the entire province of Ontario where I live in the summer, and in the winter one comes up every few weeks, and otherwise there's literally none listed. And most of the really cheap ones needed a ton of mechanical work or had really rusty and unappealing bodies or very high mileage, so I tried to avoid those. There were also some that were way overpriced, like 12,500 Canadian and up, which do have slightly better bodies, but the mileage isn't much lower than mine, so I don't think they're worth it at all. So in the end I had to lower my expectations quite a bit on trying to find the perfect Aspen body-wise. I decided that whatever I got I would eventually repaint or fix up, since I intend on keeping this thing for a long time. So this one came up and it was pretty decent, and it has the steel blue metallic clear coat paint color. The tailgate has some rusting issues for sure because of that rear wiper arm, so this summer I'll repaint and fix that tailgate so it looks nice and new, and the front driver's side fender also has some bubbling starting, so that's another thing that I'd be looking to fix. Mechanically it had the safety, but I still fixed up a few things like the tie rod ends were a bit loose, and the parking brake needed an adjustment. So now we can look at the options. There were really only two trims for the Aspen, the limited 4x2 and 4x4. I will do a full review of this later, so I'm not going to cover every single detail here, but this Aspen has every single major option aside from the $1,295 rear DVD entertainment system and the $1,055 MyGig entertainment system, and that has the 6.5-inch touchscreen, rear view backup camera, and Uconnect. So basically I don't have the DVD, the rear view backup camera, and the touchscreen. Now first we'll look at the exterior and then the interior. Again, in my opinion, the exterior of these cars is just awesome. The Aspen had some styling cues that sets it apart from the Durango, like the crossbar grille, Chrysler medallion logos, and the embossed strakes in the hood. Some people hate them, but I think it looks really good here. The headlights are kind of derpy and low-key, I will say, and there's lots of chrome-clad accents on the bumpers, side door moldings, mirrors, and Chrysler logos on the front doors. I'm normally not a big fan of chrome, but I think it looks fine here. This Aspen has the running boards, which were a $445 option. Up top there are roof rails, which were standard. I also like the 20 by 8 inch chrome alloy wheels. I think they fit the car really well, and they've got two 65/50 R20 tires stock. That's the more premium option, as there was also basic 18 inch wheels in a similar design. To me, the rear end is the most basic part of the vehicle. It has a protruding rear bumper with uninteresting taillights, and a small Hemi badge on the right side. This Aspen does have the $575 trailer tow group, so that adds a few things, including the hitch and wiring harness. Now let's move inside. So again, aside from the rear DVD and touchscreen with the backup camera, this Aspen is fully loaded. The interior is colored in light gray stone. There's seating for 7 in a 2-2-3 formation with second row bucket seats. Other than the front, all the seats fold flat, or they can flip for even more versatility for your cargo. The standard features are what you'd expect, like 8-way power driver seats, heated power mirrors, steering wheel controls, automatic headlights, fog lights, and more. I will say the sound system is awesome. Standard, there's an Alpine stereo with 4 speakers, but this Aspen has 8 Alpine speakers with a subwoofer and a 368 watt amplifier. Other upgrades include the popular equipment group that was $600 with the ParkSense rear park assist system, power adjustable pedals, remote engine start, and the running boards. It's also got leather seats, which was a $780 option, heated second row seats, which was $250, and a sunroof, which would have been $850 just on its own. The last thing that I found was really useful on the Aspen was the power liftgate. It's standard on the all-wheel drive models and can be activated on your key fob or inside the cabin. Next thing to check out is the performance. As I said, this has all-wheel drive with a 2-speed transfer case with low-range gearing, and that was just a $195 option on the Hemis, so it's actually very hard to find these without the all-wheel drive. 2009 Aspens got the revised Eagle Hemi, which has variable valve timing and a bit more power, but this is still a 5.7 liter Hemi V8 with 335 horsepower and 370 pound-feet of torque. That's paired with a 5-speed 545 RFV automatic transmission. Even though it weighs over 5,000 pounds, it can still do a 0 to 60 pull in 7.8 seconds and the quarter mile in 16 seconds. It definitely doesn't feel extremely fast like a sports car or anything like that, but it still gets up and goes for a big SUV, and I love it, and it can definitely surprise people. This thing can also tow 8,950 pounds, which is awesome if you need that. However, the huge downside is that the Aspen is an absolute pig on gas, rated for just 13 mpg city, 18 mpg highway, and 15 mpg combined. So far in the city, the mileage is terrible. I live in a big city with stop-and-go traffic, so lots of idling and driving downtown, and you're looking at 9 to 10 mpg. On the highway cruising, though, I get 21 to 22 mpg, which is very solid and even beats that EPA rating. Another thing is the steering is kind of vague feeling, and the suspension is softer than the Durango, as this was meant to be more of a luxury feel instead of too stiff. And it definitely drives more like a truck than an SUV. That 575 trailer tow group does add the 3.92 rear axle, and heavy-duty engine and transmission cooling. Now I'll leave you with a few pulls, revs, and rolling shots. So that's the end of this Chrysler Aspen reveal video. What do you guys think of my third Mopar, the Aspen? And what do you guys want to see me do to it? Let me know down in the comment section below. I will do that in-depth review soon covering everything, and then there are a lot more possibilities like gas mileage, acceleration, and modification videos. As always, thanks for all your support, and make sure to like and subscribe for all your Mopar content. See you all in the next video.
Oh my god! I never noticed that.